All right, for scene four, you want to draw a planet that the rocket's going to land on. And once you've got all the pieces made of the planet, what you want to do, of course, is to take the selection tool and just highlight all those layers and then right click and convert it to a movie clip. Okay? Ignore these other layers for right now. We're just talking about this clip right here. This is, your Planet X, if you will. So now that it's a movie clip, what you want to do in the beginning of this at 0.0, move that there again, ignore these other layers for a moment, we'll just talk about this first one. You want that to be off the stage a bit, something like this, okay? So that when the rocket comes in, the planet looks kind of far away. So I'm going to zoom out a bit so I can see the whole thing. So let's make this movie about 5 seconds long. Again, ignore what I'm doing right now. So we need a keyframe at 5.0. And so on that layer, you want to right click and say insert a keyframe. And at that keyframe, you want this guy to kind of take up pretty much the entire stage here. So holding down the shift key to make it a perfect circle, I'm going to look for something almost as big as that. That'll look pretty good. So the effect that you get is that you're kind of getting closer and closer to the planet as we go. Okay? For the rocket layer, I'll lock this Planet X layer and hide that for a moment. The bottom layer is just some stars. And so for the rocket, let's start here at 0.0 and remove this keyframe for a moment. All right, so when you start with the rocket, you're going to be at 0.0. You want to bring it in, and you want it over here. I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger. And so it's going to look like it's coming close to us, and then get smaller and smaller and smaller as it gets closer to the planet. So at 5.0, the end of the movie here, end of the scene, I'm going to insert a keyframe and move this rocket over here. And then I'm going to make him pretty darn small. And you could certainly go like this and make it smaller and smaller. And you can see it's the dimensions are there. You could also come over here and just say, you know what, make it a 10 by 10 by the time it gets here. And that would be pretty small, wouldn't it? So it's right there. But when you bring everything back and notice the rocket is on top, the effect that you should get in scene 4 is that, let's go to fit scene here, is that the rocket comes in and it's getting smaller and smaller as it approaches the planet. All right? That's scene 4.